former young star who's looking to reignite his career, Paul Appleby. MC John McDonald, do your thing.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 8 rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing to you firstly, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the white trunks trimmed with gold, weighed in at 9 stone, 9 pounds, 11 ounces, a 24 fight record, 19 wins, 11 inside the scheduled distance, and 5 defeats. Coming to the ring as the former British featherweight champion. And now, the Celtic super featherweight champion from South Queensferry, Scotland. It's Paul Appleby! And across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks and weighing in at 9 stone, 9 pounds, 9 ounces, 13 fight record, 13 wins, 2 inside the scheduled distance. He's the reigning undefeated Central Area lightweight champion from Lytham St Anne's, Scotty Cardle! Timekeeper at the bell is Jim Kirkwood. Our referee in charge of the action is Kenny Pringle, and it's 8 3-minute rounds in the lightweight division.
Right, boys, you both know the script. Listen to me all times, defend yourself at all times. Touch gloves and get to work.
So another step up for Scotty Cardle, up against a guy who, at 26 years old, is in danger of being written off. Paul Appleby, a former Young Boxer of the Year, a British featherweight champion at the age of 21, and a real prospect, but somehow seems to have lost his way, and if he loses to Scotty Cardle, he'll be knocked even further down the pecking order. Had a rough time of it, really, Paul Appleby, one way and another. And 15 months out after losing to Martin Lindsay back in April '09. Has never really recaptured his rhythm. And he might find the going tough against Scotty Cardle, who's more or less won every round he's boxed as a professional. Has just looked too sharp and too fast. Doesn't have too many stoppages, Jim, but as we said before about Scotty Cardle, it's hard to stop people when you're not there to be hit. He doesn't go in and engage. He doesn't need to. He just keeps out of trouble, stays out of range, and picks opponents off, as he just did there. Nice work with the left hand from Cardle.
A nice body shot too from him, which we maybe don't see enough of, Cardle, so that's maybe a little sign of confidence this early. No, I mean, this is a fight that young Appleby really has to win. It's a good chance for him. But you have to feel sorry for him. He won the British title against John Simpson in his 12th fight, which was a tremendous achievement, but I think he got ahead of himself. I don't think he had the experience to back up the position he got himself in. And it was a tough division. They moved up to an even tougher division, the super featherweight, and he's faced some really tough guys along the way. So, pity if he'd come at a different time, maybe he would have got the chance to be a real star, because talent-wise I thought he was terrific. But just a little reminder how tough this business is. This is another tough one for him.
Yeah, it's early going, but he's second best here in the early stages. Marked up badly around the right eye already, as Cardle has picked some nice shots here, and keeps those hands low, Cardle, getting away with it at this stage of his career.
See, against a fighter like Cardle, you have to get your feet close before you do anything. If you reach with your punches, he's not going to be there, and he's going to catch you with counters, and you don't see where they're coming from. So you've got to get your feet close, shorten your punches. But sitting here, it sounds easy. It's not easy once you get in there. That was a little bit more like it from Appleby. Just get close and shorten the punches. Long punches are not going to catch this fellow.
Probably trying to have some success with those left leads to the body. A bit better.
The damage below the eye. I think the skin's maybe just beginning to break. Appleby there. This is something of a graze. Is going to start leaking?
That's something we've seen with Scotty Cardle in the past. Fragile skin around the eyes.
Just playing on with that jab, playing on that jab.
Just time him with that
Got him
jab,
right at
son.
the end there, eh?
But we need to double the jab. Play head movement, double the jab, and we get close to him.
All right, you're head hunting too much.
Okay.
All right, okay, you're head hunting too much. Hitting him with good shots, but then you're allowing him close the distance on you. All right, and close distance and getting involved with silly elbows and heads. Keep that distance. It's tailor-made for your shots. Everything long he throws, you just slip that side, right uppercut. Slip inside, left uppercut. That's all you've got to do. When you've landed and brought the head up, you've got to whip it round the body, son. It's begging for it. No. You walk around and you're smiling to go, man.
Yeah, that was a good, lively opening round. Both right down to business. The better work coming from Cardle. He certainly settled quicker. Appleby started to make a little bit of an impression as the round went along.
Round 2.
Just got to start a little bit earlier in this round, Appleby, I feel.
I think you're spot on, Jim, because the first half of that opening round was just too easy for Scotty Cardle, and then Appleby did get going and started to settle and find a bit of rhythm, and had a bit of success as well. So can the former featherweight champion build on that? And again, Appleby looking to try and make Cardle miss with his lead and then catch him with a counter.
See, Appleby can afford to take some chances. The Cardle doesn't carry an awful lot of power in his punches. He's quick, he's difficult to pin down, and he puts them together nicely, but there's not a lot of power, so you can afford to take the odd chance if that's necessary. A good left hook from Appleby.
Eye catching.
Yeah, Appleby keeping them occupied a little bit more at the start of this round.
And again, a little right-hand counter. That produces a response from Cardle. Oh, that was sharp. Really nice use of the left hand there from Cardle. Nice feint, and Appleby just never saw it coming. But he is cut again, Cardle. Right eye. And not for the first time. In fact, I think that's the fourth time in recent outings for Scotty Cardle that there's damage around that eye.
You know, you just wonder what kind of bearing these injuries are going to have on his career. I mean, this is horrendous. You know, if you can't trust the tissue around your eyes. And I feel so sorry for him. He's boxing well here. The injury seems to have spurred him on a little bit. Good action here, they're both doing well. Cardle maybe just tidied his boxing up a little bit since the cut.
Appleby looking a lot better than last time we saw him in this ring, when he got a very generous draw against Lee Connolly. Well, it wasn't a draw, a lot of people thought it was a draw, but the referee had Appleby winning by 3, which looked really harsh on Connolly, and that cut is not looking clever at all. You won't be in the least surprised to learn that the cut man in Scotty Cardle's corner is Mick Williamson, reputedly the best in the business. And there's damage to the, well, I'm not sure where he's cut, but it looks like he's cut to the left side of his head. It's in his scalp somewhere, I think, Cardle. I mean, he's an absolute mess in there.
I saw Appleby kind of touching his eye and looking, so I'm wondering if his left eye has some problems, or is it blood coming from Cardle? I'm not sure. I'm seeing the other side of his face at the moment.
Yeah, there is some damage there.
Together. Yeah, I think there's a bit of damage there too.
That was a good round. Paul Appleby is making this a very entertaining fight, and Mick Williamson's going to have a lot of work to do here.
It's nothing anyway.
You heard him say it is nothing. It's maybe nothing, but it's becoming a problem in his career.
Neglecting your jab.
Touch the boxers or accidental head clashes.
You heard that accidental head clash on both cuts.
Right hand body, left hook head, all right? That's what they're looking for, all right?
See, when you're moving around so quickly, I mean, there is a good chance heads are going to come together now and again. And you know, he bobs and weaves. Cardle's got good upper body movement, so there is the chance, obviously, these things are going to happen. But peachy peachy, as they say, Appleby damaged as well.
But I think Appleby will take a lot of encouragement from what he did in that last round. We've only really seen Scotty Cardle ask serious questions once before. That's when he won an area title fight against Maxie Hughes. And I think that's probably an excess of Vaseline that's going to be dealt with here. Oh yeah, Appleby's face is coated in it.
Yeah, so on the little graze below the eye, I think they've just put too much.
So on we go. Johnny in his introduction got this spot on when he called it a crossroads fight. It is a crossroads fight for Appleby, a win here, and that puts him right back in the mix. And I think if he loses this, it's kind of everyone's going to say, well, his day is done. It's a massive night for Appleby.
Well, he's switched on at the moment, Appleby. He's missing with the jab, but he's not allowing the counters. And that's what Cardle, that's his strong point, quick with the counters. And this is a good little matchup.
That was nice from Cardle. Just keeps those hands so fast. And he does throw from angles. We saw that one coming. But he's straight on him.
He's reaching with his punches at the moment, Appleby. You have to get the feet close, as I was saying. Shorten the punches. They're kind of both a little bit guilty of punching around behind the head when they're up close.
And again, good success for Appleby, but again, Cardle coming back right on him. Good little fight, this.
Yeah.
Good right hand again, Appleby, straight through.
Yep, he stepped in with that one. That's what he has to do too. Step in with the punches, don't reach with them. Some good work here.
You get a few more like that in, you might start slowing Scotty Cardle down. You take Cardle's speed away, where will he go then? Scotty Cardle's being dragged into something here. And I don't think he's been here before. Some really good solid shots landing from Appleby in this round.
Yeah, and he's been in this kind of fight before. This action would probably suit him more. He has a little bit more snap on his punches. And he's staying on, Cardle.
Just missed with the right hand there, but it's Appleby the aggressor, and it's Appleby that is setting the tempo here in this third round. And Cardle's got to come up with one or two answers. That left hand was blocked off. Got through with the right hand though, Cardle.
And Cardle naturally boxes with his hands quite low. I think Appleby wants to bring his up a little bit tighter to block some of these shots. So it's been a decent round for Appleby.
Take on Shilcrow. That's a better round, that's.
Is it?
No, it's a better round. Right? Stop to your boxing. All you got to do is keep poking and poking and keep walking after you, walking after you. As soon as he throws anything, instead of fall short, drop that right hand over the top. Okay? You've thrown it then, push off. Yeah. Keep poking, poking, so you keep put the right jab, right hand after you. Then the left hand over the top. Just stick the other side of the right.
Well, the champion is in the building, looking relaxed. And it's a good point you guys made in right at the top of the show, Jim. This fella's had almost as many championship fights as his opponent has had fights. He's got a wealth of experience behind him, been there, done it, at Commonwealth, British and world level, in double figures for world title fights, and not bothered one little bit by this one. That's the main event coming up later on. Ricky Burns defending his WBO lightweight title against the unbeaten American Terence Crawford. We've got Big Anthony Joshua to come. John Murray and John Simpson up next, and that's at the conclusion of this one, which is fascinating and absorbing. Better from Cardle, who was told by Joe Gallagher in his corner that he'd had a much better round in the last round. That was good. Nice finish with the left hook there.
Yeah, you can see he's bringing a lot more movement into his boxing now, Cardle. A few problems with Appleby's jab in the previous round, so there's plenty of movement, head movement. Looking to nip in and out of the punches now.
And Appleby straight on him again. That's one thing Appleby has done consistently once he really woke up in that first round. He's just kept pressure on all the time.
Some nice cute little moves from Cardle at the moment. Just using his feet well. Just dancing here, there and everywhere, popping little punches, no snap in them, but they're point scoring.
Oh, Appleby wailing away. Not in any great trouble, but the crowd really enjoying the effort Appleby's putting into this. He did take a couple of nice counters, though, in that exchange. Cardle kept his head and picked a couple of beauties, especially a right uppercut.
Yeah, Cardle's produced some neat boxing in this round, some good movement. He's not hanging around, there he goes. Their eye just starting to leak again, Cardle. Appleby not really finding the accuracy, the head's coming together again there.
Yeah, he's a bit wild in this round, Appleby, as if he's been told he's a million miles behind and he needs to really pour it on. And he's loading up and he's lost his accuracy. Oh, the gap one got through, nice right hand though.
Just think he's trying to rough Cardle up a bit, and that's not a bad plan. And Cardle is the smooth boxer, so you want to take that away from him. You don't want to be wasting energy, you know, that was a swinging hope there.
Been too much of that. There was that one right hand landed, that was better as well from Appleby, but a lot of wasted effort from the Scot in this one. Calling the Scot, of course, Scotty Cardle thinks of himself as Scottish and sounds Scottish, comes from a Scottish family, even though he's born and raised in Lytham.
Yeah, the first time I spoke to Scotty, I asked him when he left Glasgow. He says, I've never been to Glasgow, I've never lived there. He's got a perfect accent.
Good rounds boxing, good counter punching. Okay, you're not hitting the body again, son.
Oh.
All right, you're not hitting the body. He's there falling forward. All right, them right hands are missing up. Okay, you can't miss him with them.
Yeah.
Big breath. All right, just be careful when you poke and you pull out. He isn't looking for the overhand right himself. All right, stay switched on with your feet. Okay, when you put that right hook in, Scotty, bring the right uppercut straight away. What we're doing in the pad, yeah, bang and bring it up. All right, he's begging for an uppercut, that right uppercut. Yeah. Yeah. Listen to me.
Well, he landed
touch
one
right
in
hook,
that
right
last round.
uppercut. Or just touch and walk him onto it. But let it go. All right, bend that back leg and drive it up. All right.
So while we were listening to Joe Gallagher there in the other corner, Terry McCormack was saying to Paul Appleby, keep that pressure on. He will tire. So the strategy obvious. Appleby is just going to keep pouring it on. And if that means missing a few, and that's what you got to do. But the idea is slow him down. Jim, you got Cardle with a little bit of breathing room, but not home and hosed yet.
No, the rounds are tight, but I just think, you know, the cute stuff is coming from Cardle. Hard work at times coming from Appleby, maybe not finding the accuracy that's required.
Got through with a body shot there. Nice right hook counter there from Cardle, though. Impressed with Cardle's ability to keep his poise under pressure in this fight. He's landed some very nice shots when Appleby's been right in his face. But Appleby is still wailing away.
It's not really making the impression he has to make on Cardle. Just not landing cleanly enough, Appleby.
There's an awful lot of wasted effort in there, Jim. There really is.
They're just forcing things a little bit. That's the problem, whereas Cardle is so relaxed. I mean, this is a big fight for Appleby. One, he really wants to be winning. He couldn't be giving it anymore, but just not, the accuracy's not there. Walking onto some counters.
Going through there, though, Appleby. And that's obviously the strategy. Just keep going, keep going. Even if you miss with the first 4, 5, 6. Have another look. Good body shot getting in there as well. Oh, is Appleby able to make a dent in Scotty Cardle? Nice right hand there from Appleby, and again Cardle looks for a response, but that was a good little spell for the former featherweight champion. Oh, that was nice from Cardle. Good response coming back from Appleby, though, as well. This has turned into a much better fight than many of us were expecting.
Yep, Appleby's just trying to make it rough for Cardle, just take that smoothness away. Good stuff there. Big effort from him in this round. Not a lot, he split him in this round, still seeing some nice work up. Just wonder maybe if the punches with a bit more purchase coming from Appleby.
Is that another cut for Cardle, right between the eyes, or is that a bit of blood that's splashed up there? So that's a slip.
Just a slip.
There's definitely some damage. Oh, it's slightly over the right eye, and it's a different place. So Mick Williamson's going to have to go to work again. There's the uppercut that Joe Gallagher was asking for, and Appleby felt that one. And they're asking for more, but Appleby managing to dig in. And a real grimace from Appleby as he came back from his corner. He really is enjoying this. And although Cardle's having some success, just look at the cost.
Suck up, come on.
He is marked up badly now.
Towel. Big breaths. Suck it up, come on.
Keep your head still as you can.
Meanwhile, here comes the villain of the piece. Terence Crawford. The brash, unbeaten, highly skilled American. Didn't make too many friends at the weigh-in yesterday. But he's not here to make friends, he's here to break hearts.
1-2, and it's a nothing 1-2, son. All right?
Corners, 10 seconds.
You have to save it up, you've just got to be smart.
Seconds out.
Well, they both produced some really good work in that round. There was a strut as Appleby went back to his corner. He was happy with what he put into that.
Well, he finished the last few seconds of that round. He finished strongly, whipped in a body shot as well. I think he knew it had an effect on Cardle. Appleby sticking to that game plan. Not getting disheartened, missing badly, but keeping the pressure on. And now Cardle pinned in his own corner, looking to try and get the uppercut going. And Appleby cleverly out of range.
So I think Cardle is trying to counter when it's maybe not a good idea, the way that Appleby's charging forward. I think Cardle should be trying to get his punches off a bit earlier and then finding an escape route. When his back touches the ropes, Appleby's pinning him down well.
Right hand getting through, just a glancing shot.
This is where Cardle wants it, out at the centre of the ring where he has space to move around. Whereas Appleby wants to drive him back, pin him down, because that's the difficult part with Cardle, getting him pinned down. A lovely right hand from Cardle. Cardle picking some nice stuff in this round.
Yeah, and he just missed a big Appleby right hand as well. Could have been interesting if it had landed. Appleby continuing to swing away. Doesn't care. It's volume that's coming from Appleby now. In the hope that something is getting through, that they can slow Cardle down, keep that pressure on, see how he copes with it. The strategy is based on the feeling that Cardle will tire. Good body shot, left hook to the body, Appleby. And getting through with the right hand as well. Cardle again finding a response, but Appleby staying with it. Not very often you'll see Scotty Cardle in his pro career backed up on the ropes under pressure.
He's coping with the pressure well, though. I mean, Appleby's putting a lot into this, but I just don't think the accuracy is what it should be. I'm quite impressed with Cardle so far here. You know, just not short, jolting counters. Good work rate.
Well, the only other time he was put under pressure in his pro career was that Maxie Hughes area title fight. And he coped pretty well with that, Cardle, and eventually managed to pull away for a fairly comfortable decision in the end. But Appleby staying right on his case. A big blow from Paul Appleby as he went to his corner, and Scotty Cardle took the long way round.
Big breaths. All right, I've got it level after 6. All right. Big breaths. Level. Big breaths.
Now, was that kidology from Joe Gallagher? Level after 6.
Okay. It's level after 6, Jeremy. Okay. All right. Don't be feeling sorry for yourself. All right. You're boxing really well that round, but when you're letting him come to you, you let him come up close and walk you back on your heels, turn him and shrug him off. All right. When you're landing, you love landing lovely. Put the hook off the jab and drive the right uppercut up, will you? He keeps coming onto it all the time. You can't miss one. Jab left up, right uppercut. And what did I tell you earlier on? When you're pulling out, that chin down, he's looking for the overhand right.
Yeah, but I've been impressed with Cardle's accuracy. Appleby couldn't put much more into this. If Joe Gallagher has it level at the moment, or if that's not just a little bit of gamesmanship, then he's seen one round different from me. But still in the balance.
Fast start from Scotty Cardle, getting the right hand through, and once again. And again, Appleby finds a response of his own, but then misses with the following right hand. Working to the body with the left, Appleby. There's that uppercut. Another couple of decent lefts coming in from Appleby. He's again starting this round well and looking to bully Cardle in there.
Using the shoulder a couple of times there. The referees just allowed them to get on with it. This is good stuff.
Good left to finish with as well. Yeah, he's on top at the moment. Made to miss there though. Swinging one way then the other, this one.
Second time he slipped like that. I wonder if there's problems with the soles of his boots. I don't know.
Well, good right hand counter from Appleby.
Certainly nip and tuck at the moment. Not a lot to split them. This is a good round.
Well, it is a close one, there's no question about that. You only have to disagree with your card, as you say, by one round and it's all square. There's that uppercut again from Cardle. Both men are making a case for winning this round.
Yeah, good solid punches from Appleby in this round. He's getting some meat into these punches. A little bit reckless at times, Appleby, but Cardle not taking advantage of that. Nosebleed as well from Appleby.
Nice right hand as well from Cardle. We get down to 30 seconds left in the round. Better again from Cardle, but the punches just keep coming from Appleby. And again, the right hand following up.
Yeah, I've been impressed by Appleby in this round, but for the first time, I think Cardle actually looks the stronger of the two. He walked 21 there, though. This has been a good round. This has taken a little bit out of both of them.
Yeah, it's been a terrific round.
Just a stumble, I think.
Yep. Well, we've seen one or two.
He's looking tired. This is a huge drive from Appleby there, but I think he took a lot out of himself.
Yeah, and he looked a little bit confused going back to his corner there. They've got work to do.
That's it. Water.
Who's fun out?
That's it, me. Breathe. Breathe. Spit. Spit again. Right, listen to me. Keep your shape this round. Keep your shape. Watch for the uppercut. He's trying to set you up for the uppercut.
Yeah, that was a really good round. Took a bit out of both of them. I just got the feeling as the round drew to a close that Appleby was struggling with the pace a bit for the first time. Cardle really looking the stronger. Appleby did a lot of good work in that round. I think it's cost him.
Seconds out, 8th and last round.
last round of what really has been a good one. Scotty Cardle looking to impose himself early here. Is Appleby feeling a little bit weary after all the effort that he's put in over the last 3 or 4 rounds? Sharp come from Cardle, really sharp.
I'm sure he must have felt up close that maybe some of the strength had left Appleby's work.
Yeah, and he's in a bit of trouble here, Appleby. He's tiring, visibly. Cardle a bit wild and reckless there, but I think he knows that Appleby's suffering.
And on the front foot, he's a different fighter, Cardle. Appleby has to really be coming forward in this kind of fight to be effective. He's been driven back. I just think the previous round has emptied the tank.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to have anything to offer. I have him 1 point down already, so I have him struggling a little bit here.
Yeah, and he's taking punishment. He really is, and Cardle senses it, and he's just whipping in punches. And Appleby's really going and gone, and it was coming. A look at his corner as if to say, I'm okay. But that knockdown was no surprise. And is Kenny Pringle going to let it carry on? No, he's not. No, he's not. And I don't think he can complain about that, because Appleby was coming apart at the seams. And he went down very heavily. Although he got up, he did look at his corner. But Cardle was really foot to the floor there. And Appleby's still unhappy.
Well, Nick, I think we have to ask ourselves, I mean, we come here to watch boxing, we know it's a hard sport, and if you look at the way that Appleby regained his feet, I mean, he was more annoyed than in terrible distress the way he went down. He almost flipped back up on his feet again, looked to the corner as though to say, sorry about that, lads. Fully in control of his senses, and you know, he hadn't been really taking thumping punches to cause the knockdown. I feel a little bit sorry for him. Points-wise, that knockdown had put it out of the reach as far as my scorecard is concerned. But, I mean, okay, if he'd been knocked down like that again, I would have thought maybe, right, okay. Right, heavy knockdown, but look how he reacts to it. You know, looks to the corner, nods. I mean, if the referee felt that the punches leading up to the actual knockdown were worthy of the stoppage, then fair enough. But I do feel a little bit sorry for the kid, and also, I mean, that's his career really tough to come back from. But excellent work.
Look at his legs, Jim. Those legs were wobbly as he went to that corner. Kenny Pringle would have seen that. And he took an awful lot of punishment in the lead up to that.
Yeah, I mean, the punches he took just before the knockdown, the knockdown punch wasn't a scorcher, but he took a few in the lead up to it. And as I say, the fight had turned against him. So, well, maybe better safe than sorry.
I mean, the key for me there was, you know, and I'm in two minds on this one, because I totally agree with what you're saying, but on the other hand, Appleby was shipping punishment. But when he gets up, when he walks back to that neutral corner, his legs are shaking.
Yeah, and you know, Nick, I think a lot of that, some of it would be the effect of the punch, but he was tired as well. So maybe just through the tiredness, you don't want young fighters taking big punches when the punch resistance is low and they're tired. So if you've got to call it, I mean, he took the brave call, so well done, I suppose, referee.
Yeah, it was a really gutsy effort, that, from Paul Appleby. And Scotty Cardle, that probably the best, well, no question about it, the best win of his career. They're all smiles now. He doesn't get too many stoppages, Scotty Cardle, but he really had to dig deep for that one, and he'll have learnt an awful lot from that fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Kirkwood has recorded a time of 1 minute and 17 seconds of the 8th and final round. Kenny Pringle has stopped the contest with Appleby in no position to continue. Therefore, your winner and still undefeated from Lytham Nans, Scotty Cardle!
So Scotty Cardle onwards and
gentlemen,
upwards
rightly so,
in what is a very crowded British lightweight scene.
Indeed. Paul Appleby.
A lot of questions asked of Scotty Cardle there, and Paul Appleby, I think a lot of people said, well, if he loses this one, he's washed up. Well, on that evidence, I think he's still got plenty left. And although he unravelled badly, that was a very gutsy effort from the former British featherweight champion. Plenty more action to come. We've got Anthony Joshua, the big fella, coming up. But before that, John Murray and John Simpson in a 10-round tear-up. There's John Murray, a man looking to make up for some lost time. 2 years out after losing that battle for the world title And a man with a big chip on his shoulder. He's up against the fella from down the road, John Simpson, who has had countless championship fights down the years. Can he live at lightweight? That's the question for Simpson. Not a natural lightweight, and we saw him up against Tommy Coyle last time out at lightweight and just couldn't stand up to the power of Coyle's punches. And if you can't stand up to Coyle, John Murray's a tough opponent for you to be going in with. But that's to come after we hear from both these fellas. Good that Paul Appleby's joining us as well, alongside the winner tonight, Scotty Cardle.
Well, Scotty, congratulations. Was that a dream ending to a lively test for you?
Yeah, very lively. It's what I asked for the start of the year, and it's definitely delivered. Anybody to think that Paul Appleby's near finished is more than wrong. That guy is very fit. He's got the youth behind him still, and he just keeps on coming. He's just very aggressive with his style, and it made me think it's time to step up here. So it's what I need to start the year. Hopefully, I can start progressing from there.
Paul, you were knocked down, but what did you make of the stoppage?
I thought I could have continued because it was the last round, but it was a heavy knockdown. But I was okay. I'm fit, so I just jumped right back up. If I wasn't fit, I wouldn't have really got up for a shot like that.
And it was the last round?
Yeah, it was the last round, so I could have got through the round. So but that's just boxing. It's a great fight.
Scotty, what problems did Paul set you this evening?
What's that, sorry?
What problems did he set you this evening?
Just his non-stop style. That's what I need to get used to. Obviously, I've been up against the durable style, just to take the shots and last the distance. So that's the kind of fights I should be coming into the year with. And just carried. Obviously, it was just the rate of the fight was brilliant, and it's an eye-opener now. And obviously, I've got the rest of the year to think back and look back on this fight and see where I went wrong, because I think there was a lot of points that I did go wrong, but obviously there was a few points I went right, and I just got to keep on going now.
The cuts a worry for you going forward?
Cuts a worry. Both of us were going in with the head quite a bit, and it was that kind of fight, it was that kind of style of fight, and I've just got to be careful of that, because in my previous fights it shows that I'm open for cuts, and it's happened a few times now, so I just got to watch out for that also.
Well done, Scotty. Hopefully cuts won't be a worry going forward though, Johnny.
I think Scotty knows exactly what to look out for. Glenn, do you agree with the stoppage?
I did. I think it was a tough fight, a very, very good fight, and I think they both give everything they possibly could. But I think in the 7th round, Paul Appleby gave an awful lot of himself, bloody nose.